Did you learn anything about the way children are raised in Costa Rica?
I think the children in Costa Rica are pretty much raised as anywhere else in the world because the sense of family values in Costa Rica is very strong. And I think if you have that in the country, you can be very sure that children are brought up well.
I have to agree with you there. Now, you love to cook and you want to open your own restaurant. What did you learn about the food in Costa Rica?
The food in Costa Rica, well, their favorite dish is something called kaya pinto, which is rice and beans. And surprisingly, that's pretty much the same in my country as well. But Costa Ricans are not used to spicy food. They like their food a little bland.
So you just sneak a little hot sauce and just watch them all just grab their stomach.
I'll just carry my chili powder wherever I go there.
Okay. Thank you, Miss India.
This is Miss India, Suzanne Sablot. She's 23 years of age, a graduate of the University of India, and a model. Now, you've been a model in India for a while, but you told the press earlier that this was going to be your last year. Why?
Because I think I've had enough of it. I've enjoyed it. I've reached the peak of my career. And now I want to study and do much more interesting things like helping handicapped children, which is my aim from the day I was from a very early age.
Now, you've been to the United States several times. How do we differ from you, at least in terms of the women?
The women over here are really beautiful, so are the Indian women, but we are very mysterious. We have a certain mystery about ourselves, which we don't let go, and I think the American women are very modern.
Thank you very much. Please wait for a moment while the judges give you a score.
Namrata Shirodkar, she's 22 years old. She's a model from Bombay. Her hobbies include Indian classical dancing. India is so rich in tradition. Would you consider yourself to be a traditional woman or a modern woman?
Well, I consider myself to be both because we follow traditions in our family. And plus I am a modern woman because I believe in my instincts.
And you have, as a modern woman, traveled a great deal. What interesting places have you been?
I've been to a lot of interesting places like Switzerland, and I've been to America, and I love America.
What will you remember most about what you saw in Mexico?
I remember Zacatecas and its colonial city. I mean, the whole colonial buildings that we saw and all its memorable architecture and sculptures.
Thank you so very much for being with us. Would you step over here for the judges? This is Miss India.
If you had the opportunity to live forever, would you want to, and why?
I would not want to live forever because I don't believe that one can live forever, and so I don't think I would want to live forever.
Young Namrata from Bombay has a chance to be the first.
So, what can you do in Mexico that you would get in trouble doing in India?
Drive on the right-hand side of the road. Because back home in India, we drive on the left-hand side of the road.
Right. That would cause a problem.
Oh, yes, definitely.
Right. Also, in Los Angeles would be a problem, too. Now, you won a gold medal for debating. Very interesting. What hot topic did you and Mexico debate?
Well, what we did debate about was the position of women and what the social revolution which has overtaken Mexico, and how the position of women has really improved. But what we did actually, the topic of debate was that whether this revolution occurred earlier in India or earlier in Mexico. And I conceded defeat.
I see. Did it ever come to blows? Because if you need some help, Evander can help you over here. No? Okay.
No, it didn't come to that.
India, thank you very much.
Thank you.
a 19-year-old university student who hopes to get a law degree and work in the field of human resources. Meet Nafisa Joseph. What, may I ask you, attracted you to the field of human resources?
Well, good evening. Good evening, everybody out here. My interest in human resources basically developed from my interest in the situation in my country, and from which I wanted to do law, carrying on to doing HRD, which is Human Resources Development. It is my basic concern for humanity and for the poor and downtrodden.
How nice of you to say that. How beautiful you are. May I ask one other question? What do you think is the biggest injustice in the world today?
Well, I would say the biggest injustice in the world today is to bring a child into the world and not even be able to offer him or her peace.
The lady, Miss Nafisa Joseph, Miss India.
She is 19 years old and a media major who has actually trekked the Himalayan mountains not once but twice. Now, trekking the Himalayan, this is not just a little day hike, right?
No, it wasn't.
You go overnight, you're out there for a long time?
Yes, 6 weeks the first time.
No kidding?
No.
Where do you sleep and what do you wear and all that?
You wear really warm clothes because it's freezing. You sleep in a tent. And when you can't find, ground showing through the snow, you pitch your tent on the snow.
Oh, man, that's
You should
grueling.
try it sometime.
Oh, yeah, right.
I love it.
No. I get the hives when I get about a mile away from my blow dryer, so it's not going to work out. So are you going to do this again, you think?
Yes, I hope to do it every year. It's the most wonderful experience. I loved it.
Maybe I'll just have a Sherpa guide move in with me for a while and get started that way.
Maybe.
It might work. Okay, thank you, Miss India. Step over there, then.
This is Miss India, Madhu Sapri, who's 20 years of age, a model, recent college graduate, junior national gold medalist in track and field. You're a very serious athlete. Who's your coach?
My father?
Is he difficult?
Not really. He's been very, at least like a friend. I fight with him, but we are back together again. But when he has to be strict, he's very strict.
You say you fight with him. What do you fight about with your father, coach?
Most of the time, many times I go late night out for parties, and in the morning I can't get up for jogging, so he'll come and put water on me or, pinch me or something, so that time we fight.
Is he here in the audience?
Yes, he's sitting right there.
I don't know if we can get a camera to him, but he's saying, she throws water. All right. An alarm clock might have been easier. You're obviously well-trained. What sort of a person are you now with all of this heavy-duty training?
I can say that I have learned a lot after coming here, and I know how to take care physically, how to be fit, but after coming here, I know how to behave and how much I have to improve upon more. So I think I'm not perfect, but a little bit okay.
If you could go back into the past and change any event in history, which event would you choose and why?
If I could change the past, I would love to go back to the day when late Mrs. Prime Minister, Mrs. Indira Gandhi was assassinated and she was killed. And I would love to get her back again because I think she had a very dynamic personality, and not only India but all over the world they appreciated her for what work she did, and I would definitely want her to come back.
Thank you very much. Please wait a moment.
I have to wonder if anything can prepare.
If you became leader of your country tomorrow, what is the first thing you would do?
I think the first thing I'll do is I'll open up a biggest, I can say, sports track and field ground in India because I think we are lacking there, and that's the first thing I'll do.
Very good.
She is 22 years old. As the daughter of a military officer, Manpreet has lived all over India, but right now she resides in Delhi, where she is working on her master's degree. And I know when you finish your degree, do you know, come on up here, do you know what you want to do when you finish your degree? I know a master's is a lot of hard work.
Well, I plan to do it in human resource development, and the main reason for doing it in that is because I come from a country which has a vast population. With a country like that, if you use that population to your advantage, you're on the road to progress.
Now, it takes a lot of work to get a master's degree, doesn't it?
Well, just one step ahead of a bachelor's.
Well, I know that, but it's still a lot of homework and a lot of studying.
Well, I think you just need to be a little regular with it, and just a little focused. Not myopic, just focused.
Myopic. Do you have any spare time, though? And if you do, how do you use it?
Well, I think time management is the key to success. So I do have a lot of spare time, and I spend most of that spare time studying a little bit of graphology, which is handwriting analysis, and I do a little bit of meditation and yoga also in the mornings.
Okay, great. Thank you, Miss India.
If you found yourself in a situation where you are being discriminated against because of race, what would you do?
There is a saying that goes, if your back is bent, only then will somebody climb on it. So stand up straight, and nobody will ever climb on your back. That's all.
Thank you, Miss. If you had the power to do anything you wished to improve the status of women in your country, what would you do?
I would give the women in my country the ability and the right to choose. The right to choose their lives, the right to choose what they want to do in their lives. And only then will there be individuals, and not just mothers, daughters, or wives, but individuals, thinking, living individuals.
Thank you, Miss India. Step right over here, please.
Sushmita Sen. She's an 18-year-old model from New Delhi who enjoys writing poetry in her spare time. Now, I heard you say earlier during the Parade of Nations that your country, in your country, love is the essence of life. What did you mean by that?
Well, India is a country that everybody knows has multinational people, as in people with different languages, people with different religions. And we have about 168 languages, and people all live together. And there is, to quite an extent, a lot of peace, which is very difficult with so many religions staying together. And that is why I said love is the essence of life in India. Thank you.
Okay. Now, you have got to be a very, very public figure in India. Is that right?
Yes, that's right.
Yeah. But you also describe yourself as a private person. Now, how do you get the two working together?
Well, I think every human being must have two faces. It's very essential. One which you have for people in public, and one which you have for yourself. Because these two different things, when mixed together, makes you a person who has just a personality which is fit for everybody else, but not for one's own self. And I think it's very essential that you have a private side to yourself. I have it too.
All right, that's Sushmita Sen, Miss. Right over there. Sushmita, if you would grab a name. You have gone with judge number 2, Florence LaRue.
Congratulations. If you had the time and money to embark upon a great adventure, what would it be?
Well, I think adventure for me is something that I enjoy from within me. And I think children are the little things that can really bring in a lot of adventure in your life. And if I had the time and the money and I could do something, I wouldn't say I would do something for the children who are downtrodden. Any child is worth its while. I would do something for the children so I could enjoy my time with them, go out and have a good time. Thank you very much.
All right.
Wishing for now. Mm-hmm.
Your question is, what for you is the essence of being a woman?
I think being a woman by itself, the very fact that you're a woman is a gift of God, which all of us must appreciate. The origin of a child is a mother and is a woman. And a woman is the one who shares love and who shares and shows the man what love, caring, sharing is all about. That is the sense of a woman.
That is Miss India.
Pilots, but say your goal is to, you want to jump from a plane. Are the pilots in your family that bad?
Well, not really. My father and my sister are both pilots, but I guess I've clocked so many miles sitting behind, flying as a passenger, that I guess it's time that I jumped out. That's something I've always wanted to do, skydive.
All right. Now, India has had some very prominent female leaders. What makes women politicians different from men?
I think what makes women politicians different from men is a certain amount of sensitivity. I think the women are very strong in India. They're very well educated, those who are educated. And they're standing shoulder to shoulder with their men and making a mark in their own field.
All right. You've been trained in a very particular classical Indian dance. You knew this was coming. Help me pronounce it and show us a few steps.
Well, it's called Bharatanatyam. I can't do it in this gown because I need to squat to dance. But it's about fitting into a universe which is square, and your center of gravity, therefore you squat, so your center of gravity is lower. And a few steps, well, it goes with your hands. This is Pataka, that is Tripataka, that is Padma.
Well, thank you, India.
Thank you.
It blows me away. Completely blows me away.
That's your fan club. Here's your final question. Right now, there's a protest going on right outside here calling the Miss Universe pageant disrespectful of women. Convince them that they're wrong.
I think pageants like the Miss Universe pageant gives us young women a platform to foray into the fields that we want to and forge ahead, be it entrepreneurship, be it the armed forces, be it politics. It gives us a platform to voice our choices and opinions and makes us strong, independent that we are today.